I had what is euphemistically known as a nervous breakdown, so I came here to this cabin to be alone. But you can't be alone here. You have to share your private life with some country bumpkins and a bunch of state troopers right out of Gilbert and Sullivan. So, Trooper Franklin, to sum it all up, you won't find anything here. So why don't you just run along?
I think you're quite right, Miss Scott. I don't think there's much out here for me, or for that matter, for anyone else.
And what's that supposed to mean?
That's supposed to mean that in your book, anyone who doesn't buy their clothes on Fifth Avenue is a bumpkin. And I guess everybody who doesn't broaden their A's is provincial. And culture is something that can only be inherited by insufferable snobs, of which you, Miss Scott, are a charter member.
What was that?
Stay away from the window.
The light outside is so bright, I can't see anything.
I said stay back.
What? What was it?
Get in the house and bolt the door. Just do it.
My pleasure.
The major ingredient of any recipe for fear is the unknown. And here are two characters about to partake of that particular meal. Miss Charlotte Scott, a fashion editor recovering from a nervous breakdown, and Mr. Robert Franklin, a state trooper, a gentleman of average imagination who up to now has dealt only in unimaginative realities. And the third member of the dinner party? The unknown that has just landed a few hundred yards away. This person, or thing, is soon to be introduced. For this may be a mountain cabin near Lake Arrowhead, California, but it is also a clearing in that shadowy realm known as the Twilight Zone.
And now, The Twilight Zone, and our story, The Fear, starring Jane Seymour and James Keach, with Stacy Keach as your narrator.
Sorry, but until we know what's out there...
I understand. I guess.
You're not frightened, are you, Miss Scott?
It so happens, Mr. Franklin, it so happens that you put me in the wrong sorority. I'm a charter member, all right, but not of the Society of Snobs. I'm the founder and chairman of the Board of Society of Frightened People. People who are so frightened they can't face the world and have to run off to little mountain retreats like this one. They act superior because that's supposed to hide their tensions and neuroses.
Thank you for your honest answer. Do you have any coffee?
I think so.
Then I'll go out and look around while you make some. Deal?
Deal.
If I don't see anything, I'll stay here for a while until it comes back. Then I'll take you into town if you like.
I doubt that'll be necessary, but what was that? The noise and the light.
Could have been a meteor, I suppose, or an aircraft off its route.
But you don't really think so?
Those would be rational explanations.
Give me an irrational one, then. Go ahead. I can take it.
Take your pick. Maybe something from outer space.
Right.
Take a look out that window. Do you understand everything out there? I sure don't, especially up here. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. If I remember my English class, that's Shakespeare. Isn't it, Miss Scott?
Yes, it is, but the question is, what's that?
Where?
You can see it from the window, over there. Just beyond the trees. It looks like a light of some kind, a white light.
Yes. I see it. About 400 yards.
Now you tell me, am I imagining things, or is that light blinking on and off? Mr. Franklin? I saw another flash.
That was my camera.
Well, did you find anything?
Not much.
What do you see?
The top of that big tree, it's been sheared off.
Shine your flashlight up.
The top of the...